chat, and maybe we can relay it as well. But we're going to go over the red team at the moment, and we're going to have a look at Wu on the team of RawR, which is their handle. He's going to be playing a Dagger Elementalist, Holbrack Rune, nothing changed there, 00266, with the typical amount of utilities as well, so nothing really different in this build, going for the Conjuring Greatsword as well, Conjure Fiery Greatsword, sorry. We know this build, we know what it does. Also going over then to Venom. We're going over to Venom, which is what we're
Venom.
Exactly the same build, no difference. Might sigil there, so still might stacking as usual. It's still quite powerful for Elementalists, to be fair, because they always had a bit more might stacking than
and it has only
engineers.
Been a small shave of the might, only 5 points per stack.
Yeah, I mean they're survivor, but they're going to be able to survive. But obviously, you know, I mean, in terms of their overall damage, it does go down a bit. But you know, over in a long team fight, they're still probably going to get up to quite high might stacks, so they're still going to be outputting. Fair bit damage, but you know, Condi removal as well as support 1v1s and team fights are very useful for these guys to be in. Gonna go over to Cypher now.
Or Sam.
Cypher Sam. Sam.
Or just Sam.
Oh, Sam. That's fine as well.
Yeah.
He's going for the Staff and the Great Swords. He's going to be playing the typical Shatter build. Having a look at that. Yep, he's indeed playing that build. 44006. We got some mini buffs for Mesmer. I do need to double check on those. I think Confusion's been buffed a bit here and there, and
the Confusion buff was only for PvE.
Oh, that was for PvE, wasn't it? Oh, noob! God, gonna get the noob calls in chat. Watch out.
No!
Oh no! Let's go back and delete that. But yeah, as I remember, yeah, that's wrong actually. So, but you know what? I mean, it's gonna help the fact that you know Ellie's can't do as much. Well, the might. It's not going to give as much damage over time, so at least it's a little bit of a waiver in terms of damage there, but it's not going to make a massive difference. He is using pretty much a standard Shatter build there with the same utilities as well. He's going for Mass Invis at the moment. Someone will slap me for the comments I made on Mesmer, but as we get over that and go over to the Dagger Pistol Thief, he's going to be Easy Yosh. He's playing with the Panic Strike build at the moment, not opting to go for the Executioner, and a pretty typical build right there, Nick, right?
Yeah.
Nothing special in there.
Nothing surprising.
Than what we would normally see.
Also going for the withdrawal because he does have the counter removal from the Shadow's Embrace already with a Panic Strike build. And then last but not least, Kex.
Indeed, he's going to be playing a Medi Guardian by the looks of it. Middle finger build, as we've been calling it, although he is going with the hammer instead of the greatsword.
Hammer and then the middle finger. So a bit of a mix-up. Normally we see this build, this particular one, played with probably a couple of traits. Although, wait, are there specific traits in here?
I mean, really, it's those points in zeal that would normally be in virtues, you know, and as I remember rightly, and then it's the 1616 it should be. So it's really those points.
We don't have Indomitable Courage in here, which means a bit of a lack of stability for the stomping then. But maybe it looks really with this combination, I don't think they will be going for much stomping. This is just going to be damage Zerg. And let's see if the enemy team, meaning MLG or 360 No Scope, can handle it. On there, first up we have in Flambio, and Flambio is playing a Celestial. Not Dagger, but Dagger Focus Elementalist. We've seen that popping up from time to time, but otherwise the build stays the same. Then Xerix, is he playing something? Yeah, Dagger Focus. Dagger Focus, but nothing too weird, too unusual. Otherwise, again, staying with the build, we do have a Fiery Greatsword there. Then, let's see, a third Elementalist. Third Elementalist by the name of Knight. What is he playing? He will be going with the Dagger, and otherwise, then again, same utilities, same trait spread.
For the glyph of Elementals for his elite there. Yeah. He's and actually Xerix is not actually opting to go for the might sigil on his double daggers. He's actually opting to go for energy to give him some more dodge, so he can, you know, when he gets those effects after the dodging combat, he can do a blast, he can do a heal, he can do, you know, some more supporty stuff, which is actually, you know, with the having the free Ellies there, is actually quite a nice extra thing to have, a little bit more dodge.
Yeah, and then maybe just as a bit of a showcase here to show, well, Celestial might still be a bit of a problem, we have adding to the 3 Elementalists 2 Engineers, and they are playing. We have 1 Rifle Celestial build. Oh, what a surprise. Playing 3 kits with the Elixir gun. And then the next one is same build. Yeah, exactly the same build.
With Power Wrench as their utilities in tools, so adding to their survival and adding to their control as well. So able to do a lot of pulling. We're going to see a lot of knockbacks and pulls with those rifles for sure.
Yes, we will. So, Sally against, I'd say, a bit more of a bursty team. Let's see what comes up ahead. We do have RawR on the red side versus MLG on the blue side.
MLG, we're going to see a Venom going over towards the mine. Actually, we're going to see Knight and XB going, just actually crossing there in a 2v1 situation as the transition comes in. That's amazing. And just look at that exact fire field right covering really the whole point. No one from red team is coming to back him up. Actually, they might just leave him, and we are going to see XB just going towards the mid to back that up as we see the other blue engineer slowly coming up the stairs to the right-hand side as Xerix is in a lot of trouble, having to go to the support of him. Actually, no, he's just gone straight through Xerix, and he's going to opt to stay on no to keep it contested, as we see on the henge on the other side of the map is a 1v1 situation over there as well. So fairly even now on the map. As the red team
and we do have a bit of a scrimmage going on in front of the keep by the looks of it. Xerix, oh, did he insta vapor form there? Yeah, went already down. No negate on that anymore. We have a knockback on well, Lines. Lines, however we are supposed to call him. And there he goes, Xerix down already. now trying to escape with a bit of a jumping puzzle on the side of keep. Red team looks like they're going to be coming out ahead, especially with the second down coming in from Zybe there.
Indeed, and so have a look at Easy Yosh. He's in a bit of trouble here. Got constant cleave there as well. He got a nice bit of focus damage on him, but he's going to be absolutely fine as he reverses that. And
I'm surprised that nobody has taken the cap so far. They've been really focused on just getting these players down. But by the looks of it, they aren't going to be fast enough to do anything in terms of re-engaging on the point and just keeping it neutral.
Yeah, well, Cypher's going to pick up that midpoint for them already, so Red Team will be winning the game, as it is getting a couple of kills out as well, 3 kills with the 15 points or so. And Xerix actually pushes away there Awu, who's also being chased from behind from Inflabio, so we're going to have a 2v1 situation if Inflabio does decide to go up towards the mid, although we do see Cypher disengaging from that point to go and help over on the mine, which is currently in a 2v2 situation. We are going to see support from both teams coming in from behind as well. Zibi, I don't even know how to say that. XB?
Zybe. I'd say Zybe.
Yeah, Zybe.
But again, in the team fights, the blue team seems to suffer a lot. Yeah. We already have the Vapor Form out from Knight. So really the damage variant of RawR is paying off in the team fights. Double cap coming out and a bit of an early lead already. Hench is currently safe. It might look like they will be actually going for just a 2-point strategy.
Well, I mean, it's a good point to discuss this, actually. When we're talking about might and we're talking about survival, you know, I mean, if you can out-sustain and over time you build up the damage to eventually take them out, they're not able to do that because they're just being absolutely destroyed without even having the chance to even build up a lot of might on their team. And to be honest, you know, if any kind of comp is going to beat this celestial sustaining comp, it's going to be this one. You know, you've got the 2 Ellies, they're acting as the support, and then you've got 3 bursty classes, and that's what they need to do. It's the exact comp you need to try and take this out, and this is working very well for them at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's very simple if you think about it. What do you do against long-lasting sustain? Just burst the crap out of them.
Yeah, and because they can't do as much damage as they did before, they're just literally not doing as much damage. That's what it is. And when I said about the Mesmer earlier, it's, you know, his survival is increasing and everyone's survival is increasing because of the damage that's been taken away from the Might Sigil and the Might stacking and whatnot, which, you know, still works, but you've got to think about it in different ways. Like, can we just go as a full kind of celestial team? I don't think you're going to be able to do that anymore, you know.
Well, but still a little bit of an upset now with the mine in the hands of the blue team. Avu's trying to get the very sneaky flash decap, but Xerix is there to keep that neutral, and we do have the support from Inflambio coming in. So Oh, really? The entire red team is just completely concentrated on winning the team fight in mid and maybe snowballing it off of that. We've got 2 downstates currently going on. They want to finish them off. We also have Yosh in downstate. A lot of AoE coming out. And the stomp first on Knight, meaning the rally of Yosh, but Kex afterwards, just with all that AoE clave. And now with a second down, Zybe also just from AoE damage brings the rally on the last member of RawR.
Yeah, it's looking. The red team are really focused on finishing these fights before they even think about capping the node. I mean, that's a good thing. Obviously, we've seen that a lot more recently, and I know it sounds like an obvious thing, but it's happened a lot more recently. You know, they realise that it's going to benefit them just kicking their butts basically before they even think about getting the node. It's very useful, and now they can move towards mine. They've got enough points to keep the buffer up, but they still need to get a decap going. It could happen over on the mine, but look, people are even going off node. They're not on the point. Red could put one person
Sam
on
could have just now, and he's moving on and off and on and off. He could have had the decap
easily
2 seconds earlier.
Yep.
Which
that's the problem.
might not make the big difference in total, but it can come down to it. We have seen games where it was just 1 point. We also have seen games where it was no points, and you actually have the accumulative personal score, but that is very rare.
And I mean, it's important because, like you said, you know, there's those games when they become so close, especially in Forest, where every point counts. And to be fair, you know, that it's good to kill, but it's also good to get a decap, and that's what you need to do. I mean, it sounds obvious, but you know, it's something maybe they need to be a little bit more wary of. Okay, they're trying to be cautious sometimes, but you know, need to think about that damage. Xerix is out. Ill is trying to bail as soon as he possibly can. Might get taken by Venom as he's he's actually going to pull Venom towards him, doing a nice amount of damage with that power wrench there, and he's going to be able to actually completely survive. From behind, easy Yosh, absolutely
doing
nailing
his
him.
work and just leaving him there to deal with, well, what he's done to him. Zybe also can't go for the rest, so it's a really safe down and letting him be bled out there. As I try to come to grasp with the transitions here. Trying to get the best angles. I'm really distracted by that. It's a new experience for all of us.
It's okay. I mean, I don't mind talking if you want to deal with the randomness. But it's that's actually quite interesting. Zybe again, easy Yosh. He's picking those targets so well at the moment. Obviously, I mean, this is something which you need to be doing at this level. But he's really on it with the damage at the moment. He's finishing them off in the right time and really, really, really nailing it for the red team at the moment. He's doing a great job. A lot of AoE cleave is coming onto the red team over on this mine node at the moment as all the team fighting is here. 4v4. We do see the 1v1 currently maybe potentially going to happen over on the mid cap. Whether or not he's noticed it, he has indeed. But over on the mine, it's very much alive, and Flabio is going to go down here on point. And Xerix may be thinking about, look at the hammer. Knockback comes in onto Flabio, so they're not going to be able to keep that contested. Red team are going to take this, and they're going to extend their lead. Will they be able to carry it, though? As we move over towards the midpoint, we do have the 2v1 situation with Ill, who tried to push.
He's still trying. It's a curious moment to pick up the fiery greatsword, but he might actually make an escape out of it. No, he's trying to just stay there. He's trying to survive and really keep the fight going on the mine, or well, maybe even just keep people here, because if we have a look over to the keep. There is the next point of aggression from the blue team, although Zybe now with the assistance maybe on the mine afterwards. And, well, okay, this aggression on midpoint really fluffed out.
Yeah, I mean, they fluffed out. I like that, what that's about. I mean, what they need to do is, the blue team, they need to be focusing on the DPS at the moment. It was trying to put some focus down on the Mesmer, on Cypher Sam at the moment as he puts down that Chaos Storm, and that's really what's going to help them, you know, I mean... Knight just probably is better off getting off node, killing Cypher Sam. They've not got the decap. They're not going to get it. Kill the Mesmer, then dispense of the Elementalist.
They do have the decap.
Here we go. They ported back through to mid with the portal course from Cypher Sam as he tried to get away to safety. I thought he was going to bring someone else with him. Then they didn't actually.
No, it seems to be enough. It seems to be enough to scare them away from the point and at least negate... Oh, but Sam going down now. We do have the AoE damage on there. And as you can see, they are not going for Storms either. They just want to put the damage on them, and now Venom is just too busy with staying on the point, and the knockback just puts him out of range for any kind of res attempt.
That's perfect. That's exactly what I said they needed to do. When Sam came into the point, focus on him. They knocked him off point as well, which is perfect because Venom
we have a double down state currently, but we do have the Vapor Form just coming out from Inflambio. The damage on Yosh is supposed to be enough, but Kex going down while he tries to res him. Avu following soon. We do have the rally on Inflambio, and Avu is just now there to die. Knockback, last bit of damage, putting him into down state off point, and this could very well end in a 3-cap in a couple of seconds. This might be the comeback time.
It is now. I mean, it feels like they're starting to work him out a little bit more, and they're actually they're actually focusing their damage on the people that are really having the biggest influence. How do you destroy the Selim tanky team? You have DPS, you have damage. It's as simple as that almost, because it's working. It was working, but now the blue team are actually focusing on those players. So if they can focus them, they can't do what they need to do to get the actual wins on these team fights. And blue have picked up the 3-cap because they've killed the main DPS targets. They've killed Easy Yosh, they've killed Cypher Sam.
And I get the idea that Red is now going for with just 5 people committing to 1 point and trying to get a wipe out of it to come back. But you are going to have at least 2 points, as we see now, in the enemy's hands for a long, long while. And that will be making up the difference in points we have currently on the scoreboard. And if they're not really fast with the cleanup here, that might very well lose them the game. We're already at almost 400 for the blue team as well.
What are they doing? They need to start moving. I mean, fair enough. Here we go. They're starting to move out now. Maybe they just wanted to polish off 2 players, but they really need to get back into this game fast. They've still got the lead, luckily. They're going to be able to roll over mid, but blue team are going to actually take the lead.
Sneaky? No, he isn't. Not that sneaky.
They could have sent someone over towards Henge, just that they got that first kill, just for the decap, you know. I mean, now they've got to engage on this mid fight. Okay, Zybe, sorry, is going to go down probably quite soon. Ilb is going to go down as well. Look, Easy Yosh now has to bail out as they've got some focus down on him. But Cypher Sam as well is here, and with those swirling winds, you're not going to see any projectiles coming in there. So now, really, it's a change of game, you know. Blue have really worked it out. They're doing a fantastic job, and they've got the focus down. But it was in a bit of trouble here. It's going to be a close, tight game. We're going to have to think about going for some bosses on the sides, maybe as a potential late comeback.
Well, first we definitely have to think about just getting the decap on the midpoint, or maybe just shoving one over to the Henge. But there we have currently Knight in position to do a defense if necessary, but it doesn't really look well. Yosh is now going over there, but he won't be able to win the 1v1 against the alley, at least not even close to being in time. We do have the decap on the midpoint, so equalized scores, 18-point lead currently for the blue team. That could be changed by just 1 creature, but the 1 creature is supposed to go over to the blue team. 2 people now going for it, half HP on the Chieftain already now. Yosh has noticed it. They will be a win with a stomp coming in. Chieftain secured, Yosh not quite fast enough. And with a very strong lead for the, well, majority of the game, they still gave it up with that 1 3-cap, that 1 wipe where they weren't able to keep the pressure up on the blue team.
Yep, exactly. And it all started to change when they actually got some focus on the DPS players on the red, you know. I mean, as soon as they put some cleave in, and even with, you know, Xerix using that focus, the elementalist focus, of course, putting up those swirling winds, you know, so the thief can't range with short bow, and, you know, it's not as easy for people to range on the point. So, you know, it's going to be, there's all of reflect coming in as well. It felt like sometimes they were killing themselves in different degrees, but, you know, I mean, we saw towards the end of the game Cypher Sam and Easy Yosh going down a fair bit, which, you know, it was almost a completely different game towards the end. And really, blue team changed it up pretty damn quick and, you know, gave them the win.
Well, 1 3-cap, and that's all it takes. If you have a strategy like RawR had, they weren't really taking advantage of the mobility they could have. They were just trying to keep it with the 2 points and really didn't go for any decaps. Henge was in blue control for the entire time, which is just a little bit of points that kept the blue team in range for a comeback like that. Or if we'd maybe seen a bit more of an aggressive, at least a couple of decap attempts instead of just going for the scrimmages, then it could have been, red team could have been just so far away from the blue team that they wouldn't be able to catch up, and they could have gone with a bit more of, could have gone into the 3-point cap a bit more relaxed and thinking, well, now we can really take our time to deal with this and turn it around.
I mean, I just looking just at the changes that we're gonna see now. We're gonna see Xerix going over to Random Ranger. Random Ranger. Okay. Okay, he's going for read the wind over in the marksman tree. He's going for some survival skill recharge rate. So the entangle is going to be used, of course. Yes, it is.
Yeah, but that's still that's a Power Ranger.
Still the power love. Power
And
love.
Since they did win, this is probably just completely a map specific change.
Could be. I mean, look, maybe they're looking for a little bit more damage themselves now, you know, so they can take out those DPS characters a bit quicker. I mean, if he gets his longbow out, you know, he's gonna annihilate people.
Especially on the side here. I mean, we have, especially in the mid fight, and we've seen that the red team likes to go for the big team fights, which here with a Xerix that isn't completely under control. If you don't take care of the Power Ranger on the side, he is going to wreck such a squishy team.
Going to wreck
on the red side.
He is indeed going to Wreckfest, which is definitely the case. And exactly, it's perfect, you know. He can get... He's one of these players, he plays the game a lot, so his positioning in this class is going to be... He's going to be good, you know, where he's just jumped to now. I mean, someone needs to get up there and pull him off, you know. Someone needs to get up there and make sure they actually put some pressure on him in this exact space where he is now. So, yeah, he's going to be someone to watch out for, indeed. So we will be starting this game.
Now, from past experience, I would say that Xerix's decision to go with the Power Ranger is map specific, but if it is, I have to say I don't really agree. I think positioning for Power Ranger is even better on Niflhel. You can just counter it. It's too easy to port up to the side, especially with a Thief. He's just on there with one click of the Infiltrator signet.
It's not bad, but there's a lot of open space. There's not as many, you know,
the opener could be interesting already. We do have the red team going in with the stealth.
Not gonna look good for Knight.
A mower? Do we have a mower? We don't even need a mower. The burst just immediately brought Knight down. Vapor Form coming out from the side. We already do have Xerix in his position to try and take Yosh out. But maybe Cypher Sam can just do something against that. A little bit of pressure on him. Awu, he's really just holding out.
I can't even, but that...
He could just stay there if he wanted to.
Yeah, probably. I think he senses that he needs to get towards mid. Maybe they just want to focus on the 2-cap, or actually just no one was getting any pressure on Xerix, and Awu was just thinking, you know what, we've got a couple of points here, we've got the kill, maybe I'll just get into mid and help out. But still, look at Xerix. He's been left to just free cast on the top. Why are they letting him do this?
Yeah, this is just a sieging match at the moment.
They're trying to line of sight, actually, as well. Can you see Cypher Sam right there? He's just trying to see, and then he's getting pushed out of that corner. So now Xerix, if he decides to come back down,
nice engage on Ill. Yosh bringing him down in combination with Sam. The damage from Pain Train coming in, and an easy stomp afterwards. I think we had a blind on there. Oh, yeah, we must have had a blind. I don't think he would have missed the downside ability. Entangle came out, but didn't really do too much. And Flambio still down. Now they can go for the rest. Oh, they need to go for the rest. Yosh as a thief now trying to bring the rest before Flambio can maybe get stomped, but no, the damage is too much.
Yeah, the updraft, they're knocking everyone back, and Xerix could just cleave to his heart's content, getting like 1.5k or so ticks in damage, and now he can just pull out the second ability onto... Oh, wow. Okay. They really need to be careful here, red team, that they don't wipe. Cypher has actually pulled back to try and take out Flabio with Venom over towards the quarry node. They are losing players quickly over on the mid now. Easy Yosh is really trying to keep it together. As Venom comes down, the distraction is going to mean that they will get up their teammate here as well. So actually... Oh, no. Maybe not. Okay, sorry, he did misform there. I thought he got him up. I was at a weird angle. But the potentiality...
Crate drop. We did see an updraft coming in. Xerix might be going down, but the damage on Arv was just too much, and that means the res on Xerix. So even the squishy Power Ranger can get up if you just kill somebody. Rally helps, exactly. Rally helps, and with Xerix back into position, he is just picking off Yosh from the side. Oops, Cax is trying to get him, but that is already a bit too late, and we do have, even if he gets Xerix down, there are two people already in position to res him.
Yeah, they jump into Xerx's defense very well, actually,
Yeah.
you know, to the point where Xerx can actually stand there almost and free cast sometimes in some AoE. You did see the Scepter 2 damage coming out on him. He kind of just stood and took it, really. He didn't want to interrupt his second ability on the longbow because he knew he was doing a lot of damage on Easy Yosh, which took him down. So it's good that he finished that. Venom almost going down there himself, trying to use that heal, of course, on the staff. He is using staff. I don't remember if I said that before we started the game. He's going to go down maybe here. He has to use that Vapor Form as well, although Kex has actually used his Focus 5, so he's not going to be able to go down for that res for sure. Venom's going to be taken down.
We do have equal score at the moment. Almost now 100 points for both teams, with the mid still neutral and both outer points capped. Now quick decap could already change a lot in this, and the waterfall is going to be the first one to fall. Avu there with the fiery greatsword to get the decap. Ill with the reaction, yeah, isn't going to do anything against a decap, but may just be able to chase him off before it comes to a full cap.
Oh, he's not even going to go to the point to full cap it.
Okay,
no,
wait, really?
Okay, no,
not
yet.
At all.
I think he's thinking that, you know, maybe this is going to be a bit of an advantage here if we can actually take this. I think they're going for Xerx now. Very low health, but unfortunately, as they go for Xerx, they counter it with their own damage, and oops, Kex gets taken down, and Ill gets the actual secured death there as well. So they're actually doing fine here. Even though losing that point, they're only still 7 points behind, and they actually came back with a couple of kills there.
Yeah, they did. And now Xerx, of course, afterwards, he needed to disengage anyways. So we did have him on the waterfall then, and yeah, but it didn't really give them the upside that much in the mid fight.
No, not in the end, really, because, well, Zybe died as well over on the quarry, unfortunately, trying to go for that. We see over here Cypher Sam is actually in the down state versus Ill, and having a few issues over here, but a couple of the red team are stuck. Easy Yosh now moving out. We are going to see Cypher Sam rezzed by Oops Kex there as they can push towards mid. And still this point has not been capped, although Wu is down. Knight's going to take him out as after the Vapor Form has gone out from him. Will he be able to get some ticks here on the node? I think he is, and no one from the red team is going to be able to get in range because Venom's down and the red team are trying to res him at the moment, not aware that they are just free capping the mid, and Blue are going to take the 2 cap.
Yeah, and that is the advantage they were looking for earlier. Didn't really pay off from the first move they did, but the pressure was just too much. They killed Elementalist after Elementalist. It doesn't even need to be one of the really squishy targets, but maybe now... Oh god, they are going to get the decap on the quarry, but is this just a bit too offensive?
Well, I mean, they've got the decap. Easy Yosh is down now as well, and it's working. It's absolutely... But the thing is, look, they've forgotten about Waterfall.
Oh, and
there's no one in range.
Mid could have been decapped if Zybe hadn't reacted fast enough. We do see Yosh down, but the rest is almost up on him. Cypher Sam can't really go for it.
No one's on cap. Where are we seeing? Oh, Oops Kick. Sorry, he was on there. And now they're actually just going to switch the 2 cap over towards the other side. So if they do think about ending it early, they've got a good position to kind of regroup on if they need to.
But I have to say,
that.
this seemed a bit too risky. Unnecessarily risky. To go for that.
I mean, they did get some kills though, and they won the node. I mean, they lost Waterfall.
They did get a couple, but just getting the kills barely saved them from with a rally on somebody from getting wiped themselves. Whereas they are in the same situation as they were before, but switched sides, so they could have just stayed as they were.
It didn't make much of a difference. I think the only difference it made was like getting 2 kills and like an extra 10 points or so, which, you know, they would have lost from the decap anyway. So whether or not it's worth it, who knows? Maybe they're just trying to, you know, take away a bit of their morale and just thinking that, you know, let's just absolutely
we just have Yosh trying to hardcore engage on Xerx, but just on his way towards him. He almost goes down. Second burst now in for the reinforcements. Yosh a bit out of its comfort zone.
Yeah, he's not line of sight in well here.
In the midst of the enemy line.
Yeah, he's... he got caught by some of those arrows there and didn't line of sight successfully there, unfortunately. He's not having a good game as he did in Forest. He's getting picked up in some horrible situations. Just as I say that, he's able to take down Zybe, you know, and now can get some damage in on Xerx. Really needs to be careful here. Oh my good lord! Annihilating 2 members of the blue team, and this is a great chance for them.
With the help of Sam there. The shatters coming in, AoE damage at its best, and that might just be the little bit of an advantage they need to push it over to the midpoint. Midpoint, of course, a bit difficult always to really regain control after you lost it, just due to the large size of the point.
Well, Yosh is actually going to start going for the gate here, thinking about going for that Lord Rush later on, as they are behind in points, but could be using this time to potentially go and benefit his team, and also trying to... Xerix coming in with the second arrow ability, needs to use that withdraw and just get the hell out, because he's almost taken down. Oh my good lord. So close, like 300 HP.
What we've seen also in attempts from Yosh to get Xerix down is that you just, as a thief, don't engage on a Power Ranger up front. You need to engage in stealth or with line of sight. One of the two. You can't just have a, I don't know, a 100-meter walk towards the Power Ranger. He's just going to pick you off in the meanwhile. He just needs one good combination of abilities through without interruption, and then you're down.
Some craziness going. I mean, Josh is just, you know, really like... Ooh, he's paid off there. He got up front in his face, took him out straight away. Red team do have the blue. They have the 2 cap, sorry, not the blue cap. And I think they will probably maybe even still go for that Lord. I don't know whether they'll need to in the end. They're still 68 points ahead.
It's going to be difficult to say whether or not the red team can sustain this double cap.
God, Josh needs to get out of there. He's so involved. He's too involved there. Really is.
Well, now both damage dealers are down, and Venom is having a difficult time to really line of sight. Here we do have Xerix just trying to get the damage down on him. He needs to go on point. 3 people engaging. We have Kex from the side, Arvu as well, but that, well, that might leave the waterfall open if Arvu actually engages on it. Oh, they're giving up the cap almost. We do have the mist form. The mist form
now
gave up the cap. Now they have to go for the Lord. They have 350 points. Get a portal up, get your team organized, and go for it. And don't let yourself get picked off on the side, as Xerix is now trying to do with Sam.
No. Yeah, this could be blue team taking it, because red team really needs to push, but blue team are all over their faces at the moment. And as they start to regroup, the door's not even down. They've gone to the wrong gate. And
this is a really messy Lord
Rush.
Rush.
Is going to be scrappy. Look at Xerix, he can just free cast from behind. The blue gate's almost down, but everyone's here from the blue team. The red team started to push in
but
now.
now nice move. Maybe just a bit of a distraction, because in mid we do have Yosh picking up the cap, Venom now with the D cap, and later on with a full cap on the side point. Are they going to disengage? They aren't going to just leave them the waterfall, though.
This is still not good, because... Okay, they've got the full caps now. Look at easy Yosh's positioning here. He's gone up to support.
Oh, nice.
Kex there. Really, really, really good positioning. Now they need to make sure they don't lose this node. They need to keep all the points they have. They've still got the 2 cap with the... Oh my god. The congestion over on the waterfall. We're going to see the Lord Rush.
Oh, but the quarry, somebody needs to have an eye on the quarry. Either go for the Lord Rush now, or just defend the quarry. Are they going for the Lord Rush? Do we see a portal somewhere?
I don't know. He's put it down. Yes. He's put it down.
He put it down, but where?
But mid, maybe?
That one cap is going to screw them. The one cap.
He needs to get there. Is he going to try and solo it? Or what?
No, actually, Xerix is retreating into the base. Now we do have the cap on both outer points, and that is just not enough. They need to go for the Lord Rush, otherwise this is a loss. Now we just have the respawning players from the red team coming in. GGs are being called. They've seen that. That was just a bit too much for them to handle. They wanted to go for the Lord Rush. I think at that point they should have just tried to Predator esports it, to just run into the neutral point as often as possible and have still 2 people on the other caps. Was a bit too much for them to handle.
They could have had him there. They could have had him, but blue team really did. They came back, and the red team actually did a really good job at just, you know, just being all over them as they went back towards the Lord, and then they did a good job on the respawn, or coming back out of that to get the decap. So it was Yosh, I believe. Sorry,
and Venom.
Easy Yosh and Venom, and they did a good job, but you know, unfortunately couldn't